Hello and welcome to Short Story Scene. I'm your host, the storyteller, and here we have a tale called The Art of War by Sun Tzu. Chapter 7, Maneuvering. 1. Sun Tzu said in war, the general receives his commands from the sovereign. 2. Having collected an army and concentrated his forces, he must blend and harmonize the different elements, therefore, before pitching his camp. 3. After that comes tactical maneuvering, than which there is nothing more difficult. The difficulty of tactical maneuvering consists of turning a devious and the direct and misfortune into gain. 4. Thus to take a long circuitous route after enticing the enemy out of the way, and though steering after him to convince and to reach the goal before him, shows knowledge of the artifice of deviation. 5. Maneuvering with any army is advantageous, with the undisciplined multitude most dangerous. 6. If you set fully equipped army in march and order to snatch any advantage, the chances are that you will be too late. On the other hand, the detach a flying column for the purpose involves the sacrifice itself, baggage, and stores. 7. Thus, if you ordered your men to roll up their buff coats and to make forced marches without halting day or night, covering double the usual distance at a stretch, doing 100 little in order to wrest the advantage, the leaders of all three divisions will fall into the hands of the enemy. 8. The stronger the men will be in front, the jaded ones will fall behind, and on the plan only 1/10 of your army will reach its destination. 9. If you march fitty ill in the order that outmaneuvered the enemy, you will lose the leader of your first division, and only half your forces will reach the goal. 10. If you march 30 little in the same object, 2/3 of your army will arrive. 11. We may take in the army without a baggage train is lost, without provisions it is lost, without bases of supply it is lost. 12. We cannot enter into alliance until we are acquainted with the designs of our neighbors. 13. We are not fit to lead an army on the march unless we are familiar with the face of the country, its mountains and forests, its pitfalls and precipices, its marshes and swamps. 14. We shall be unable to turn natural advantage to account unless we make use of local guides. 15. In war, practice dissimulation, and you will succeed. 16. Whether to concentrate or divide your troops must be decided by circumstances. 17. Let your rapidity be that of the wind, your compactness that of the forest. 18. In raiding and plundering be like fire, is immovability like a mountain. 19. Let your plans be dark and impenetrable as night, and when you move, fall like a thunderbolt. 20. When you plunder a countryside, let the spoil be divided amongst your men. When you capture new territory, cut it up into allotments for the benefit of the solidarity. 21. Ponder and deliberate before you can make a move. 22. He will conquer who is learnt in the artifice of the deviation, such as the art of maneuvering. 23. The book of army management says, on the field of battle, the spoken word does not carry far enough. Hence the institution of gongs and drums, nor can ordinary objects be seen clearly enough. Hence the institution of banners and flags. 24. Gongs and drums, banners and flags are means whereby the ears and eyes of the host may be focused on one particular point. 25. The host thus forming a single united body, is it impossible either by the brave or the advance alone, or for the cowardly to retreat alone. This is the art of handling large masses of men. 26. In the night fighting that makes much use of the signal fires and drums, and in fighting by day of flags and banners, as a means of influencing the ears and eyes of your army. 27. A whole army may be robbed of its spirit. A commander-in-chief may be robbed of its presence of mind. 28. Now a soldier's spirit is the keenest in the morning. By noonday it begins to flag, and in the evening its mind is bent only on returning to camp. 29. A clever general therefore avoids any army when its spirit is keen, but attacks it when it is sluggish and inclined to return. This is the art of studying moods. 30. Disciplined and calm to await the appearance of disorder and hubbub against the enemy. This is the art of retaining self-possession. 31. To be near the goal while the enemy is still far from it. To wait at ease while the enemy is toiling with the struggling. To be well fed and while the enemy is famished. This is the art of husbanding one's strength. 32. To refrain from intercepting the enemy whose banners are in perfect order. To refrain from attacking an army drawn up in a calm and confident array. This is the art of studying circumstances. 33. It is a military axiom not to advance uphill against the enemy, nor to oppose him when he comes downhill. 34. Do not pursue any enemy who stimulates flight. Do not attack soldiers whose temper is keen. 35. Do not swallow bait offered by the enemy. Do not interfere with any army that is returning home. 36. When you are surrounding an army, leave an outlet free. Do not press a desperate foe too hard. 37. Such is the art of warfare. And that concludes our tale of The Art of War by Sun Tzu, Chapter 7. If you like this content and would like to support it, please head to Patreon. That is www.patreon.com/shortstoryscene. I'd like to thank Drac for being a patron, and thank you all for listening. See you next episode. Bye.